Hey guys, my name's Alberto, aka Destroyer 40, aka subscribe for food, aka I'm the ghost with the most, aka I have a trillion channels. Alright, I'm gonna start with the AK so I can not bore you and get to the business at hand. Today I'm gonna be going over the movie Starship Troopers. Now before I get to Starship Troopers, I have to do the so I will say that I know I'm different from I would say I'm very different from other movie reviewers, but in the same thing, I'm like them, the same boat as I need subscribers and likes, but I'm gonna ask you to subscribe and like only if you like my content. Why am I gonna ask you to subscribe and like if you don't like my stuff? Hey man, I can't satisfy everybody. So, anyways, let's get to the business at hand. And let's go over the movie. I believe it's 1997 Starship Troopers. Okay, so let's get started. We're sometime in the future, and we're at Buenos Aires, Brazil. I believe that's the only Buenos Aires I know, so I'm assuming they're there. And we have these students that we got. Rico, we got Carmen, and we got Carl, and they're there at this school in Buenos Aires, assuming it's in Brazil, which is kind of weird because they're speaking English in the United States. But anyways, they're in Buenos Aires and they're in high school, and Rico, oh, I'm sorry, Dizzy Flores is there too. So it's Rico, Carl, Carmen, and Dizzy, short for Diz. But they're all at this school at Buenos Aires, and they're just going to school there. And what's happening is Rico has this crush on Carmen, and they look like they're in a relationship. But you're gonna start seeing that Rico's more into Carmen more than Carmen is into Rico. And one of what Carmen's goal is, she wants to be in the space fleet. She wants to be Air Force, but they're into space now because it's the future. So she wants to be part of the fleet, go to the academy and all that. I guess Air Space Academy, I guess it would call it. But and actually before that, they show commercials about the future and soldiers, space soldiers and stuff like that. Starship Troopers, I guess it would be. But we're at the school, and they're in class. You see Rico's flirting with, in class, Rashchek's class, Mr. Rashchek's class. We got Rico, he's flirting with Carmen. They have some kind of tablets. He's able to draw pictures. In class, he's drawing a picture in some kind of computer tablet where he's gonna kiss Carmen in it, and it's transferring to Carmen's desk. Diz is also there. Diz is a girl that has a crush on Rico, and I just saw this, and I just noticed she was looking above Rico to see what he was writing. Rashchek interrupts Rico what he's doing, which is not paying attention in class, and asking a question about being a citizen and all this stuff. What's the difference between a citizen and a civilian, stuff like that, something like that. Rico answers him, and and Rashchek's like, "Do you believe in it?" He's like, "In what you're saying?" He's like, "I don't know." And Rashchek's like, "Yeah, I know you don't." Another guy answers a question from Rashchek, and he's reading stuff out of the book. Now, anyways, what happens going back to Rico's tablet thing, he's drawing him kissing Carmen. He sends it to Carmen, and Carmen puts up on the picture where she blows bubble gum in his face. They get out of class and start kissing in the hallway. And and Carmen's like not here, and then they go outside where they want to go check their grades. They check their grades. Carmen got a good grade. There is a big screen at the on the outside. Carmen checks her grade, and everybody can see she has a big grade. Rico checks his grade. I think Carmen got like a 97 on some kind of big test they had. And Rico gets like a 37, I think. And then Carl, his friend, shows up. The brainy friend shows up, and he's able to put up real big in the screen outside where everybody can see he got 38%, and then Rico's all embarrassed and everything. Carmen went to go check to talk with somebody that had some guy that had a girl in Fleet, or a sister in Fleet, or some a girl that had a guy that had a sister in Fleet, or I don't know who, somebody had a Fleet. She wanted to go talk to him. Carl's insinuating that he knows Rico wants to walk Carmen home and get a kiss or something. Dizzy's there. She has again a crush on Rico, and she's with some friends, like just googling him. Carl says, "Yeah, others are waiting for you if Carmen's not into you or whatever." We got scenes where Rico goes to Carl's house. They're playing they're not playing solitaire, but he's trying to guess cards through a computer. Carl's trying to get Rico to answer the cards he's having, guess the card he has. Carl's a brain, he's like a nerd. He telepathically can tell I think it's a pet weasel or something, a fur, I don't know what it is, to go bother his mom because that fur's bothering them or whatever it is. There's another scene where they're in a science class. They're taking apart some big bugs. Like in labs, they're tearing out the inside, taking out the guts. Carmen is getting disgusted by it. Her lab partner is like Rico. Rico's with the goggles, taking everything out. Dizzy's there. She has no problem taking out the guts as well. Carmen goes to go throw up outside. And that's pretty cool because there's like a like science kind of, I don't know what you call it, where they can, in the class they have, like they can show a bug using some kind of electronic thing where it pops up in the air. Everybody's seen it as well. They're gonna play after that. You show that they're gonna be some kind of future football game. Looks like football. There's not as many players. They're gonna play there. Rico's team is like, it looks like a Cincinnati kind of yellow tiger uniforms. Dizzy's quarterback for their team. Then now you're gonna meet the other team, and it's actually the one that is gonna stand out as Xander. He's some guy that plays for some blue team they're gonna play against. They throw a pass to Xander or something. Xander's team has a ball, and he jumps into the crowd to go to get the football. That's where he meets Carmen. Carmen talks to him, and he says that he's gonna leave for the academy, the Space Academy or something. Carmen's like, that's where I want to go, and Carmen's like liking him already. You could tell. Rico in the game tells Xander, "Hey, don't be making moves on my girlfriend." There's a part where Xander's team makes a touchdown. I think Xander makes the touchdown. And then Rico gets the ball, and he's not concentrating. Diz slaps him in the huddle, in the head. And Diz is calling out the play, and that's what she hits him in the head. And then Rico's like, just throw me the ball. So it's really cool during the play. They run the play, and Rico does some kind of flip to avoid the blue team, and she throws the ball. He catches it, runs for the touchdown. Xander's running after him, and Xander gets his and jumps behind him and tackles his legs, but it's too late. Rico has already he jumped and made it to the touchdown. Get the ball to pass the goal line, made the touchdown. So, and it was like a tie game, and with that touchdown, Rico's team wins. After that, they go to the dance. The dance is really cool. They have some cool songs. Everybody's all dressed up, formal. Carmen ends up talking to Xander at the dance. Dizzy sees an opportunity to go after Rico. She's like, let's dance. Rico doesn't want to. She's like, come on. And Rico's like, okay. Starts dancing with... he starts dancing with Diz. Oh, I need to say this first. I'm probably going to say this first, and after. Hopefully I'll remember after this. Diz is way more hot than Carmen. I would say guys would think Carmen is very pretty. Diz is way prettier. 20 times as prettier. I mean, I think Diz is so pretty, so hot. She makes Carmen look like a dog. But I know a lot of guys will say that Carmen's pretty because she has the full lips. But man, she has nothing on Diz. Diz is, and I like that they gave Dizzy. They gave her a I don't know. It's kind of weird, like a guy's name. I'm not gay or anything, but it's like it's that thing where you. I don't know. I like when girls are like tomboys or have a tomboy name and they're hot. Oh my gosh, it's just my thing. You know, no offense to gay people or anything, but I'm not trying to fight anybody. But back to the dance. Carmen is talking to Xander. It looks like they're liking each other. Rico's not liking it, and Xander's like, no hard feelings, and Rico's like, none at all. We won the game, and Rico starts dancing with Carmen. Carmen can tell Rico's jealous. And then Carmen whispers into Rico's ear, hey, my dad's not home, so I guess they're going to go make out at her house, which they don't show. Yeah, Rico's a really, really good-looking guy, man. And sadly enough, when Rico stopped dancing with Diz to go back with Carmen, Diz still has this crush on, of course, on Rico, and Carl goes to go dance with her. She's like, okay, I kind of like dance with you, but she keeps googling at Rico after he goes with Carmen. They are going to. You're gonna see that Carmen had said that Carmen, Rico, and Carl they're gonna go do a service. They're gonna serve military service, and that's where they're gonna go. There was a scene where Rico's parents they do not want Rico to go to do service. They like people get killed going over there. So it's already, you already know from the commercials before where that they're in war with the bugs and stuff. So I guess that's how people are getting killed, or especially soldiers. So Rico's already arguing with them. At one point, Rico's father said, hey, you want to go to this planet Outer Rims or something? He's like, I always want to go there. It's kind of like settled. You go on vacation and you won't have to serve in the military. But he's going to go serve anyways. When he goes, he said, the dad's like You're going on vacation. I'm not going on vacation. And Rico takes all that he has with him. Then it looks like he's kind of like kicked out of the house. Rico meets up with Carmen at like some subway place where they're gonna go transport to their. They are. Oh, by the way, they're sworn in. They want to go sworn in with Carl. So Carl, Rico, and Carmen have served up already. They've already did the oath to go into military service. Rico gets to say goodbye to Carmen. Rico had said Carl, like he had talked to Carl. They don't show it, but Carl said he was he was already selected for games in theory, something like that. Oh, by the way, when they turned in their paperwork, they saw this older man soldier that they had register with. His legs were cut off. They see him, he's like, more meat for the meat grinder. He takes their paperwork. He's doing his desk job. His legs are blown off and stuff. So Rico says bye to Carmen. Carmen takes off, and now you're gonna see Rico's in military Starship Trooper military camp. They look like Marines. He's gonna be in camp with other soldiers, or he's gonna meet Ace and some other soldiers. His sergeant is Sergeant Zim. Sergeant Jim is like excuse my language, a hard ass with him. He's being very hard with them. He spars with them, and like one of them breaks their elbow. One of the soldiers, I mean, a big guy. Diz shows up, and with transfer papers, and Rico's like, "What? Look at the eyes." And she gives her papers to Zim. And Zim's like, "You think you're good enough?" And then Sergeant Zim is like, "You're good enough." And like Diz, she like takes off her coat or whatever, and oh my gosh, she's hot. Anyways, and she starts fighting with Zim, and she hits Zim once, but Zim is able to take her down with a leg sweep, and she hits the floor, and then he gets a hold of her arm and puts his knee on her chin or something, and starts making her get unconscious. They show a scene. They show a scene when they're in the cafeteria. Ace wants to cut. Rico doesn't let him cut in line. They're going through all this training stuff. They kick Ace out of line because he's trying to cut in. There's a really cool part where they're in obstacle course. Ace and Rico are on a scaffold or something, getting to do a rope like Tarzan thing. And Diz is able to hit them in back of their backs to make them fall in the mud. Oh, going back to the cafeteria. When they were eating, yeah, Rico had Diz wanted to eat with him at the cafeteria. He's like, no, I didn't want you to follow along. I want to be on my own. And she's like, you think you wanted me to come after you, follow you? And he's like, can you admit it? She walks away because she knows it's true. There's a nude scene. You guys are not old enough. Cover your ears. There's the bath scene, or they're not bath scene, but they're in the showers. All the girls are naked and stuff. You seen their boobs and all that. They're showering with the guys. I guess everybody liked that part. We're gonna go where Carmen's at in her spaceship fleet, whatever. And she's gonna end up meeting with Xander, and they're in a big spaceship or battleship, whatever you want to call it, and they're gonna team her up with Xander, and that's a pretty cool scene because before she gets there, she's in a little ship and nobody wants to fly with her because she's crazy, and she ends up flying to the big spaceship, battleship. Then she meets up with Xander, and she has like an admiral she works under, but Carmen's gonna be able to fly the big spacecraft, and she goes really fast, moving the big spaceship battleship, and she almost hits like the side of the dock, which would have been harmful. And at that really good time, she pressed the button. She lets go, I guess, the fuel pumps, whatever, and she flies off. Xander just says, "Hey, don't watch your speed," and all that. Now we get to back with Rico's group. Rico is they're playing some kind of flag practice kind of missions or whatever. Not missions, but for practice missions, whatever. He's on a blue team, I think, and they're going against a red team. They shoot with like I guess when they shoot you, you get all tranquilized and stuff like that. You fall on the ground. I can't find the word. But the red team ends up shooting a whole bunch of Rico's team. Rico's with Diz. Diz and Rico are left. Diz and Rico do their football play and something like that. They adapt it to their obstacle course to try to get the other team. They do that play where Rico supposedly run for a pass, whatever. He does a flip, and then Diz gives cover, and Rico shoots a whole bunch of the other red soldiers, and he's able to get the flag. Sergeant Zim is overlooking this, and he tells his other sergeant, whoever works on him, like, "Hey, give Rico a squad, see what he could do." Rico, they're in their where their sleeping quarters are at. They're not asleep yet. Him and his crew, soldiers, and all that. Ace is playing pool, whatever. And one day, Rico's he's keeping in contact with Carmen through mail or whatever, or some disc they have. They put in a computer. One day, Rico puts it in the computer, a message from Carmen, and Carmen ends up breaking with Rico because we know that she's all into Xander now. And I think that's the main reason she breaks up with Rico, unfortunately. And it's sad because everybody's watching the disc video that Carmen has sent Rico, and they're all happy for Rico, but Ace is being a pal, even though he's annoying, and he talks to Rico and says, Rico said, I joined the military because of her. And then Ace is like, you made squad leader on your own. There's a part where we're gonna go back with Xander and Carmen. They're doing night shift, and on the space battleship, and the computer notifies them that some big asteroid's coming. They have to take evasive action. One of them calls the admiral. Carmen does evasive maneuvers with the big battleship and narrowly escapes hitting an asteroid, but she saves the crew. And it's really cool because the asteroid's coming and her spaceship just goes psh, and part of it is broken up, but they survive. Only a small part is broken off from the spaceship, and they're able to survive. And the admiral praises Carmen for saving them. So that's pretty good. That's good for Carmen. She's with Xander, and they were able to do graveyard shift, and they're actually having a romantic moment before the asteroid came. And and ruin their whole romance. But Carmen's able to save him with evasive maneuvers with the big spaceship battleship. We're gonna go back with Rico and gang with the soldiers. They're doing some kind of another obstacle course, but this one has you're gonna run and then you're going to see there's a lot of obstacles. There's robots. They're shooting lasers. Rico and his team, they're supposed to beat a time or something. So they're like, let's go. So I don't know, there's a squad of them. They're gonna try to shoot the robots. They start shooting. They're shooting the robots and stuff like that. One of Rico's guys, the big guy, has a malfunction with his helmet. Hold on. Like this. I can't adjust my helmet. And then Rico's like, give me your helmet. Takes off his helmet and then it's a big guy that takes off the helmet, has the malfunction with the helmet. And then the girl's right there. You're gonna help us. You're not helping. You're gonna make us lose a score or something like that. The girl falls down. She just trips or whatever, and then she shoots that guy in the head, and they're gonna blame Rico for the incident because Rico said, "Hand me your helmet, let me see it." And now this guy got killed, and they're gonna blame Rico. So Rico talks with Sergeant Zim and one of the higher ups, one of the leaders of the camp, whatever. The leader asks him, do you see any potential in this guy? He's like, yes, I do. And they had asked Rico, are you qualified to fix that helmet? You know, it's a very technical helmet. Rico says, I wanted my team. Why'd you ask him to take off the helmet, that guy? And, you know, that soldier under your squad. He's like, I wanted to be the best, sir. Again, the guy goes, Sergeant, do you think the soldier can be saved? We already lost one soldier. That girl that was there, that was saying I lose a score, her gun accidentally shot him in the head. And you see her, she's leaving. You can leave there whenever you want. They call it washout lane, so she's leaving. She feels bad that she accidentally killed the soldier. Rico stays, but they say, we're going to try administration, punishment, something like that. They tie up Rico, his hands like this to this thing. Sergeant Zim is nice enough to... He's like this. See something, please. So, they looks like they're going to get ready to whip Rico. And they tie him up like this. And then Sergeant Zim says, bite on this son to make it better. And bite on it. Then they start whipping him. Falls out of his mouth. So they whip poor Rico. They whip him in front of everybody. Everybody's lined up and stuff like that. And Rico already wants to leave. And Diz has to talk to him. Because he's embarrassed because he got whooped in front of everybody. They whipped his back. Diz says, gets mad at him. You shouldn't be leaving and stuff like that. Don't quit. Don't be a quitter. You don't have what it takes. And Rico's going to leave anyways. He's already dressed in civilian clothes. And he has his bag. He's about to leave. But something happens outside. Everybody's training, but they all start running. They go to the big screen. It turns out the bugs have bombed Buenos Aires, Rico, and Carmen's home. And everybody also ran, including Rico and Diz. And Diz like, it's... And by the way, I don't know if I said Rico's first name's Johnny. And Diz says they bombed home, Johnny. It's home. It's all in flames and everything. Actually, I forgot to mention, Rico was got a call from his parents, and he's like, I'm sorry and everything, and they're like, it's okay, just come home. And you see it's getting dark for them, and he lost the transmission. He didn't know why, but now he knows why. That the bugs from outer space have bombed Diz and Rico's hometown. Rico knows he's already signed the paperwork that he's leaving. But he goes to the higher up he already talked to that said they're gonna put administration the administration whipping they gave Rico. Sergeant Zim's there. Rico's complaining, I want to fight now. And they're like, no, you already signed you were gonna leave. And then Sergeant Zim says, is this your walking papers? And Rico's just there. Sergeant rips him up, and Rico's able to go into combat and rejoin his fellow troopers. Now, and they show that they killed millions of people in Buenos Aires too. I think in one of the commercials. It's funny because the commercials they even have a mom having kids step on regular bugs on Earth. That's how much they hate the bugs. And there's gonna be a big mission, and they're gonna be in the battleships. There's gonna be a lot of soldiers. She didn't call it missions. A big operation. There's gonna be a lot of soldiers involved. They have these little spaceships that are in the space battleship, and they're in space, and they're gonna send Rico and his soldiers into battle with a whole bunch of other soldiers in the operation. I do want to mention, before I get into that Sergeant Zim, he's already volunteered to get in to go to combat too. You see him too. That's before Rico went in with the walking papers and all that, and wanted to go fight again. Now I remember Zim was like, I want to go fight too, but the higher up leader of that camp had said, the only way you're gonna fight, Sergeant, is you get demoted all the way to private. So Zim is left over there. Sergeant Zim is left at the training camp. But now we're gonna go back with Rico and the small little spaceships and the big spaceships. There's a lot of spaceships, a big operation, a lot of soldiers, a lot of space battleships, all that stuff. So they drop. Their soldiers are excited. They drop them into battle. The little spaceships, they leave the big starship, and they land on a planet to fight the bugs, where the bugs are at. When they get there, there's like these big, like on this planet, it's like a moon planet. They're like these big alien bugs that their butts are like shooting some kind of glowing, that's like our anti-aircraft kind of shooting space stuff to go shoot the spaceships, the big spaceships. And when Rico's little spaceship lands with his troops, it's really cool because all the little spaceships, they start shooting something similar blue, like artillery stuff to kill the bugs. And it's really cool when the soldiers get out the spaceship, they all start running and stuff like that. And the first thing they do is they get the bazooka. They're all lined up. They're hiding behind something, seeing these big bugs shoot with their butt, shooting that stuff in the air to shoot the big starships in the air. Starship, that's the word. And they get Rico and some other guy, and they're like behind some rocks. They're gonna try to shoot. Hold on. With bazookas. They line like this, they get their bazooka, somebody taps them in their head, puts the rocket in the back, and like they shoot up, and then they destroy these bugs. This will go like this, destroy the bugs, shooting that stuff in the air. I don't want anybody seeing my head. So they kill those bugs, and then they start running more, and then they get into some regular bugs. They're like some kind of bull bugs. They have their hands and their feet are very sharp, and then they have a sharp head, and they run like cattle, kind of, in a way. Um, they get scared the first time. They're like, "What do we do? What do we do?" Ace is there, Diz is there, Rico's there, and Ace is like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And then Rico's like, "Kill them all." They start shooting at the bugs, all the soldiers and stuff like that. But they're seeing that the bugs are very tough. They're very hard to kill right now. And it looks like they don't know how to kill them really, but they kill some. And there's a whole bunch of them. And some of Rico's soldiers get killed one by one. There's a girl soldier that goes into a canyon. She runs into a canyon, gets scared, runs, and she gets killed. One of Rico's soldiers valiantly goes to kill, runs ahead, start killing bugs. He gets killed. There's a news reporter there dressed in army fatigues too, and he has a cameraman. The guy speaking to camera, he gets killed. Rico, some of the guys they have orders to fall back. They start falling back. And Rico is shooting, and then he gets to kill a bug, and the cameraman gets killed. Rico kills a bug, but the bug manages, after dying, his claw hits Rico's knee. Rico's hit really bad. And they're attacking Rico. Rico has to try to kill another bug. But he takes out a shotgun. I don't know where he takes out his shotgun gun. I don't know where he was holding it, because he's holding another gun. He keeps shooting. I got lucky because he was shooting the bug. He was trying to save his life with his... shooting the bug, and then it shows that the bug's already gonna kill Rico, and it goes all black. He sees black, and then it looks like it's killed. They killed Rico. Carmen's ship had been hit badly by those bugs that were shooting the light in the air. Her spaceship got hit bad, along with other spaceships got destroyed, but Carmen's big Starship has made it to the dock very severely damaged, but they made it and survived. Carmen survives. Xander survives. Admiral survives. But I think people had died in there. A lot of people had died. They showed all over the place that there even a spaceship or starships that they are saying that, like, Carmen even ran into one starship when she got a chance. I guess it's her starship. It's deeply damaged. She gets there's like computers that show who has died. It says Rico. She's checking on Rico, and it shows that Rico has died in action. So Carmen's upset. Xander's with her, trying to console her, but she runs away. It turns out that Rico is alive, and it's a mistake that he didn't die. And they show him in a water tank, and he's like in his underwear or shorts, and his friends Ace and Diz are there, other soldiers, and they're like, Rico, in 7 days you're out. Diz, not Carmen. Diz gives a kiss in the glass where Rico's in that water tank, and they have like a machine working on his leg. They say 7 days you're out. She kisses the shield in the tank. It's a glass tank where Rico's in the water, underwater stuff, rehabilitating from his wounds, and then they leave. Next, they're gonna show that Rico has joined the group. They're in another starship, and their Ace is there, Another guy's there. Diz is there. Rico's there. And they want to go get Ace is like, well, no, let's go get tattoos. And that starship, there's a lot of people walking around, soldiers and airmen, or not airmen, but the people that people that work for the Starfleet, kind of like the Air Force, but to Starfleet. Everybody's there. They're about to get the tattoos, but it turns out that Carmen's there. She calls out Johnny Rico. He goes say hi to her. They start talking, and they're talking nice at first, but Carmen's like, it looks like you're not too happy to see me. And he's like, why should I? Because Carmen broke up with him last time. And then Xander shows up, and he doesn't like Rico because he's the ex. And it looks like he's with Carmen now. And Rico's like, kind of like saying, don't do me any favors. I don't want to talk to you kind of deal. And Carmen's like, wait. And then Xander's like, it sucks that he can't be polite. And Rico says, you have something to say about mobile infantry? And Xander's like, yeah, kind of like he wants to fight with Rico. And Rico's like, the mobile infantry, see, that's the name, mobile infantry. God. But Rico's like, mobile infantry doesn't produce stupid people. Because like, you're an officer. And Xander says, he tells everybody's looking at them, all the crowd, all the mobile infantry and the space cadets, what do you want to call them? And then Xander says, everybody here, you hear, me being an officer is not an issue. And Rico was like, okay. So Rico punches him. Xander gets the best of Rico, starts beating him up, gets him on the table, and Rico's head is towards Xander, and Xander's like elbowing him down. And then Rico knees Xander to the back of the head, and then does a real cool flip off the table, and is going to go after Xander, but all the mobile infantry hold Xander back, and all the other people, they hold Rico back, Diz and Ace and all the soldiers, and then they start holding Xander back, and Xander's like mad going Jarhead. Rico shouldn't be getting... And, oh, by the way, I forgot the main part. They play a really romantic song while they're fighting because it's over Carmen. That song, really helps the movie a lot because it's a beautiful scene when they're fighting with a romantic song, which sounds weird, but if y'all seen it, you know how good it looks. And if y'all haven't seen it, it's a must watch. It's a really romantic song. It's one of my favorite songs. That romantic song playing during the fight. Xander, after the fight's like Jarhead, and he takes off the Carmen. After the fight, Rico, Ace, and Diz and one of their friends go and get their tattoos. They get all their tattoos of a skull and everything. And Rico's getting his tattoos, the last one. It looks like Ace wants to put alcohol on it to hurt them. And Diz gets one, their friend gets one. Ace has a tattoo. They all get their tattoos. Really cool scene. They're all united together. They all put their elbows. It has a skull tattoo kind of deal with a triangle. It looks really nice. Awesome. After that, the group, all of Rico's group, mobile infantry, they're gonna go with they send them with orders to go join up with another mobile infantry group, and that's where they meet Watkins. Watkins is another soldier, and he's like, orders. He wants to see their orders and stuff like that. Along with another soldier who wants to see their orders. And that's where Ace is like, I heard your commander's a real ball buster, and one of the girl soldiers punches him in the face, and all the other soldiers say, he saved my life, he saved my life. And then Rico's like, who? He's like, who do you think saved your ass? And it turns out to be Rashchik, his teacher from school. And by the way, Rashchik has, I forgot to mention, he has a metal hand. Looks pretty cool. And Ratchet's like, one of the main rules is that one rule, you know, you don't do your job, I'll kill you. And, okay. So they join up with Ratchet's group, and then one of the soldiers, it's Ratchet's Roughnecks. So they call their group their group of soldiers Ratchet's Roughnecks. After that, they're gonna go into another mission. They go on a mission with Ratchet. They're on a planet to fight the bugs with Ratchet Roughnecks. Same old Aces there. Diz and Ace are there, and Rico and all with their new group with Watkins and Ratchet. And there is a part where Ratchet's like, he tells his radio man, some other soldier, hey, call it in where we're at or whatever. He calls it on radio. He's like, can't get a radio, so probably because there's mountains there. I can't because of the mountains. All right, go to higher ground, son. So the soldier goes up, and some flying bug, new bug we haven't seen before. So that bug, there's a little bug flying in here. A big flying bug gets his soldier and picks him up and then takes him to a nest. And the guy's like, he's like getting hit by the bug in the nest, like through the spike, like he's like, ah. Ratchet takes a sniper rifle from another soldier, and he shoots a soldier that is in pain from that other bug. Like this. I think shoots him in the chest or the head or something. He goes, all the other soldiers, if it was me, I want you to do that to me. They run into some bugs. They run into some bugs and they start shooting the bugs. Start shooting them. Watkins gets crazy, starts shooting his bug. Shoots it, and the bug is down. He starts shooting the eye going, and then Dizzy pushes him like, that's enough. Then Watkins shoots him in the eye again. They take off. They find like a canyon that's a nest or something. And they're like, okay, go take it out. So that cave where the bugs are coming out. They're like, okay, let's blow up that cave where those bugs came out. And tap them in the head. They put the rocket and tap them in the head. Put the missile in, rocket in, tap them in the head. Blow up the cave. They also run into this big bug that comes out. This big bug that shoots like fire. One of the soldiers, our arms get It's a girl. She gets her arms burned and all that. Rashtrick takes her aside. Um, Rico. Rico gets on top of a mountain, jumps on back of the bug. He gets on back of the bug, and he shoots like the back of the bug like this, and there's a big hole in the bug. And then he's up there, he's hanging on, gets a huge bug, and he's on the back because he had jumped from the mountain on top of the bug. And he gets a bomb. And he drops it in the bug, blows up the bug, and he saves his platoon of men or whatever, how many soldiers they have. And after that, Rashtrick, the Lieutenant Rashtrick, he makes Rico into corporal. So we're like, cool. I think Rico needs a squad leader. He wants to make Ace a squad leader, but he's like, I already messed up. He got scared back there the last time. And he makes so he's like, how about you, Diz? Diz like, okay, I'm your guy. So they're gonna make her squad leader. So after that, now they're gonna have they go to camp in the nighttime, same place, and they camped out. And Rashtrick says, you all did a good job. I'm going to give you, have a good time. Here's the entertainment. Here's the beer. Here's the entertainment. Then he takes out kegs of beer so they all could drink. And they bring out some box that has a violin. He starts playing the violin. And they had like footballs, or like throwing footballs around. They look like footballs. Watkins saying, asking Rico, so you knew Rashtrick before, Lieutenant Rashtrick. What did he do before? It's like he was a teacher. And Diz comes by and tells Rico with Watkins, let's dance. Rico's like, no. And then Diz like, no, let's go dance. And then Rico goes, you want me to put rank? And she's like, sorry, sir. And then she goes dances with Watkins while Ace is playing the violin. And then Rashtrick's like, one time he asked me for advice, and Rashtrick tells Rico, I'm gonna give you advice this time, don't let a good thing go by. So Rico takes Rashtrick's, I mean, how can he turn down Diz, man? She's super hot. She's hotter and prettier than Carmen. Way prettier, 20 times prettier, like I said before. I'll say it again at the end. Anyways, so Rico takes Lieutenant Rashtrick's advice, and he goes to Watkins and Diz and says, Watkins beer. Watkins takes the beer and leaves, and then Rico dances with Diz. And then after that, they go to a tent to go make out. There's a romantic part, and I don't want to get too much into it, but they let's just say they start making out. They're gonna have sex, so they're about to, and then they're about to, but Lieutenant Rashtrick had gotten a call that they're gonna have another operation or mission. Rashtrick opens a tent that they're in and says, and Rashtrick's like, let's go. We're gonna have to 15 minutes. We're gonna take off, get ready for the operation. And Rico had put like a sleeping bag over Diz to hide her. And then Ratchet goes, "Who's in there with you, Rico?" And Diz comes out. She's like, "It's Dizzy Flores, sir." And he's like, "Make it 20 minutes." And then Rico asks Diz, "You think we can do it in 20 minutes?" And then they try to take off their clothes as fast as they can. And then that's where it ends. They don't show the rest. After that, they're on their other. The shows are in the daytime, and they're on another mission, and they're gonna go to an outpost. They get to the outpost, and there's a lot of dead bodies everywhere. They find somebody with one of the dead soldiers' corpses with a hole in their brain. Rashtik puts his middle fingers in there, and bloody icky stuff comes out or whatever. Like, I guess it's blood. He's like, "What does it look to you, Rico?" They put soldiers in some gun towers they have there. Pretty cool. In the outpost, they find like a commander or something in one of the locker rooms. He's coming out. He's all insane. He's already immediately getting on Rashtik's nerves, and he's like crazy. He's like a general. He's like, thank goodness for you guys. And look at this guy with his hole in his head. That's what they did to him. He's going crazy. We had to leave. He's going hysterical. I think Rashtik hits him, and then Rashtik even wants to shoot him, and then Rico says, "No, don't shoot him. He's a little bit out of his mind, sir." Then the outpost is gonna get attacked by bugs. They tell Dizzy to get on communication so he can radio in, and they're getting overwhelmed by bugs, and they're gonna tell Diz in charge of communications to get him right out of there. There's a big fight. There's so many bugs around the outpost. The outpost has walls, and the bugs are crawling the walls, and they're all shooting the bugs, and the towers are shooting the bugs, and all the soldiers are shooting the bugs. Too many bugs are climbing up. They're shooting them and all that. There's a part. There's a bug that chops a guy's head off. That's not laying low on top of the wall. There's a bug that goes by, and I know there's a bug that flies over Rico. Then Rico looks back, flies overhead. Rico looks back and like shoots the bug flying away and stuff. Like that. Kills that bug. Diz is like, "I need another cartridge. I'm out of ammo." And Rico's like, "Make it count." Give it to Diz. She ends up fighting again. Wow, I'm surprised I took it out as easy as I could. I usually have a hard time taking out these cartridges. Anyways, these Starship Trooper guns, I tell you, man. Anyways, they're gonna retreat. There's a big bug that shows up, and Diz throws a grenade, shoots in the bug's mouth. Bug blows up, and Diz is like, "Yay!" She's running to Rico. She's not far away, but she's not too close either. She's running away, and a bug like stabs her in the back with her claws. Really bad, and it looks like Diz is dying. They get her in the... Oh, I forgot the rescue starship. It's Xander and Carmen. And oh yeah, there's a part when I'm sorry, this part where Rico's like, where we need a evac, starship to come get us out. And they're like, "Yeah, the situation's crazy over there." It's like, "Yeah, you better say that crazy pilot." So who ends up showing up for the rescue ship is Xander and Carmen. Uh, Xander had got out to go help. He gets out of the rescue ship, and he says, "Tower, get down." It's two soldiers they had gotten down. But before Diz had thrown a grenade, they got burned by that big bug. Then that's when Diz throws the grenade and lands in the mouth and blows up the bug. So they're all gonna take off, and Diz, like I said, had gotten seriously injured from the bug that stabbed her in the back and all that, and she all has stabs over her. She's dying. The rest of the soldiers get into the rescue ship. Dizzy Flores, she's dying in Rico's arms. She dies in the rescue ship while they're escaping. They narrowly escape. They even had another big bug shooting fire at their spaceship when they take off. So, like I said, Dizzy dies in Rico's arms, and Rico goes to the front of the ship and says, and tells Xander and Carmen, "I want you to call in to nuke this whole planet." And she called it in, or Xander calls in. It's a negative. They're not going to. He calls out, I guess maybe the admiral of their starship, okay, nuke the planet by Rico's request. And the admiral had said no. And Rico's all mad, like, y'all just do the flying. And they're like, well, hold on, there's something going on. And so they're not gonna nuke the planet because there's a big operation going on. There's a lot of starships again. So now we're gonna start a new operation. But after that, before that, they actually have time to rest, but they're busy with the funeral of Dizzy Flores, and they're in the starship with a funeral. They're all at attention, all the soldiers that can show up, and they ship out Dizzy's corpse to like some little casket thing into space. So she's out. And now they're going to start, and they meet Carl too. And Carl's like, she meets up with Carmen and Rico that they're at the funeral detail. And Carl's like, you don't like, I know I have to send people into missions to die all the time. Carl's already a higher up now. Remember Carl that was into games in theory. Now he looks like he's a higher up, and I think he's a colonel. And he's like, you guys don't like that a lot of people, soldiers are dying too bad. I gotta send these people to die and all this stuff. And then Rico's all cool. He's like saying, that's what the mobile infantry's here for. We're to be in the meat grinder. And Carl's like, I heard that y'all are looking for, I think, a lieutenant. You want the job? And then one of the other sayings, Rico says like, well, yeah, I'll take the job unless you can find if I die, or you can find somebody better. So I think Rico's now a lieutenant. Man, he's going up the ranks high. So they're gonna start the new operation. I think this is where now they're back on the planet in the daytime, and Rico's walking with Ace, and now they got new troops on the planet in the daytime. Their camp, and they have all these new soldiers, but it look like they're new replacements. Ace says they're straight out of boot camp, and now they're gonna go on their mission. And same thing like the beginning, the first mission, they're gonna send big starships along with troops. Rico takes out his force of troops with Watkins, Ace, and the rest of the troops, and they're on a mission. They have somewhere to go. Once again, Carmen and Xander are with the space fleet. They're getting hit really bad. Their starship gets hit so bad that their starship's getting destroyed along with other starships. And Carmen, they're like, I hear real bad, and then Carmen's like, she gets on the radio. It's like, Mayday, Mayday, we're going down with a big starship. her animal gets killed under a door. Carmen tries to help her, and Xander's like, she's dead. Let's go. So you see everybody running crazy in the Starship to save themselves. Xander is able to get Carmen into a space pod, and they take off. It's like this, and it goes down. And pretend it's in the Starship, and they go down. They fly. She calls it in, Xander and her. She's the one calling it, Mayday, Mayday, we're going down, we're going down. And there's space, and then it's really cool because there's another one you can see I saw this. There's other space pods are going out. And there's actually one that didn't make it, got hit or whatever, and it goes on fire. And this is Xander and Carmen. They hit mountains and stuff. And then they make it down. Carmen had called, I want to hit, Mayday, Mayday. And then Rico, one of Rico's men heard it. Hey, they're going down. And Rico's like, here's Carmen's voice. Carmen. Again, give me your coordinates. And Carmen gave them coordinates. And then Watkins goes, we need to go save him. And Rico's like, no, we can't go save them, Watkins. You know it just as well, and I know they're dead. And they start going on, let's go continue the mission. So they go continue the mission. Rico, Watkins, and Ace, and the rest of the gang, rest of the soldiers. But when they move down, there's like, they get to these two tunnels, and then they're going down this tunnel. They're like it's like a fork in the road, but there are two tunnels. Which way you go, left or right? Left tunnel or right tunnel? And then Rico's like, hey, let's go down this tunnel. And then they're like, what? That's not the corner. We're not supposed to go over there. And he goes, but Carmen's over there. And then Ace is like, how do you know it's her? And he's like, I just know she's alive. And then Ace is like, if you go off a mission, they can hang you for that or something like that. And he's like, he tells one of the soldiers, keep going on the mission. I need 2 volunteers. Ace and Watkins volunteer to go with Rico to go find Carmen. So Rico, Ace, and Watson are gonna go down the tunnel to go off course to go save Carmen, and Rico should be okay because he sends one of the soldiers to be in charge and go with the other troopers to the destination mission they're supposed to go on. Now, when Xander and Carmen crash, they get out. Carmen already called the coordinates to Rico, saying that, and then she says, hey, the situation hostile. They're getting attacked by bugs. Xander takes out guns out of the pod that I guess is like a emergency kit, and he gives a gun to Carmen. They start shooting the bugs. They're immediately defeated, and they the bugs stake their sharp legs, and Xander and Carmen and Xander are stuck in their hooks or whatever, blades on the ground. And and you had seen that Xander had put a knife in his boot, but he passes to Carmen. And then with Xander, there shows up a alien brain, and it puts like some kind of pipe or like a pipe kind of hand or something down Xander's brain and sucking up. It looks like it's sucking out Xander's brain. He's like, oh, it takes out his brain, so it kills Xander. Carmen has a knife, And it looks like the brains will do the same thing with Carmen, but Carmen takes out the knife and cuts off that pipe thing that they put in, that pipe hand, arm, or whatever. And Carmen hits it, hurts it. And then Rico, Ace, and Watkins get there. And Rico's like, you see this? It's like a rocket or something. He talks to the brain, and you know, as soon as I let this go or whatever, it's gonna go boom, threatening the brain with a rocket. They are able to save Carmen. Carmen runs. She ends up escaping with Rico and Ace. Watkins gets injured by one of the bugs, I think, and he has the bomb. He's like, "Go, y'all run!" And then Rico doesn't want to leave Watkins, but Watkins is injured with a grenade. He's like, "Run, get out of here! Get out of here!" And Rico had even told him, "Don't be a hero," but Watkins like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" And he has the bomb, and he's injured, and he explodes the cave and stuff, and they escape except for Watkins. He died because he sacrificed himself to save the group. So Ace, Carmen, and Rico run out of there. Carmen's still injured. Now they go outside, and then they see a lot of soldiers cheering, "Yay, what's going on?" And they meet up with Carl. Carl's there too. And it's like, they cut the brain. And who did it? And Carl's like, a private named Zim. Or a soldier named Zim, something like that. And Rico's like, what? And they go to Zim, and Zim's like, hey, Sergeant. And then Zim is like, no, I'm private. He had cut the brain, and he's all lit. And the soldiers are all cheering him on. Yeah, busted him down from Sergeant. I probably remember Zim, the sergeant, so he was able to go. Remember in the beginning, is like, his leader had told him, or his commander said, you can't go fight in a war. You're requesting to go fight, but you can't. Or Zim's like, I want to go fight, and they're like, no, you can't fight unless you bust yourself down from sergeant to private. So I guess that's what he did. So Zim captured the brain, and they asked, one of the higher ups, commanders asked Carl, hey, Colonel Carl, whatever, what is it? What's the brain doing or whatever? And Carl puts his hand on him, and he's like, the brain is afraid. It's afraid, and everything. Yay! And they're all happy and everything, because that's supposedly that brain alien is the boss of everything, all of them. And Carmen and Carl and Carl and Rico, they're just walking in victory. And that is the end of Starship Troopers. I'm going to tell you my comments on it. Don't forget, if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe and like. I really need the subscribers and likes so the channel can survive. I'm gonna tell you about the movie. This is like one of my best movies ever. I love it. Starship Troopers. It puts a smile on my face. This picture of this is Diz, there's Rico and Carmen. This picture does not justify Diz here. She looks pretty here, but I don't know what they did with her hair. But she's a very beautiful woman. She's 20 times prettier than Carmen. Rico should have went for Diz in the beginning. But it's better he ended up with Diz. He ended up with a prettier one out of all of them. Hey man, you can comment, and I'll probably do it again where I'll ask, who do you think's prettier, Diz or Carmen? For me, there's no competition. Dizzy Flores is way prettier than Carmen. There, I mentioned it 3 times, probably more. This movie, I love it. I absolutely love it. The technology is good. The starships and all that, the guns, everything's great. I love it. I can't say anything bad about this movie because it's one of the few. I'm gonna tell you like this, and I shouldn't be saying this. I have depression and stuff, but this movie could bring a smile to my face every single time. Especially if I haven't seen it for a while. I'll see it and bring a smile to my face. The romance scene where Rico's fighting with Carmen, that's awesome. I like when they use the rocket launchers or bazookas, whatever you want to call them. They're awesome. The characters are all the characters are awesome, except I'm not into too much Carmen because she breaks Rico's heart. I love Ace. He's a crazy guy. Diz Flores, she's absolutely beautiful. Mr. Ratchek is a total badass. Sergeant Zim, hardcore. Rico's awesome, good story. Watkins is a true soldier. He goes out and he kills it, man. He's a crazy guy too. What else can I say? The whole story. I like the beginning when they're in school, technology, all that good stuff. I like the training camp, awesome. I feel sorry for Rico when they whip him, but there's a dramatic part. All the battles are cool. The battleship, the starships getting destroyed by the bugs, getting hit by that blue light, whatever, shooting out their butt. It's really cool. I like that. Oh my gosh. I cannot say anything bad about this movie. I actually love it. All the missions, awesome. Ratchet going down. I mean, I could say the whole movie. I just give the whole movie. It's awesome, man. Easily in my top 5. The starships, the drama, the ending. It's funny. The whole movie I enjoy, man. I'm trying to come up with favorite parts, but every part's cool. I already mentioned, right, the romance, the fighting with a romantic song with Xander and Rico. That is really awesome. It's really cool. I don't know what else to say about it. The guns are awesome, machines, starships, all that. It's kind of hard for me because I love the whole movie. Other movies I can nitpick and not like other movies, and it's easier for me to cut up. But it's hard for me to cut up because I love the whole entire movie. It just brings a smile on my face. So I guess I'm gonna leave it as that. I give this movie an A+++. Or 3 pluses. That's I think the highest I can give a movie, man. Because it puts a smile on my face. I hope it puts a smile on your face. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like. You really help me out, especially if you subscribe. Likes help too, both of them. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And all of y'all, please give me a like. If only if you like my stuff. Why are you gonna give me a subscribe or like if you don't like my stuff? I hope you guys are really big Starship Trooper fans. So you always rock on. I'm going to go ahead and end the review. I'll probably revisit this movie because I'm going to revisit some movies sometimes where I can, just do the movie over again because I have fun. I had fun doing this, and I hope you had fun watching. I'm going to go ahead and end this because I could talk forever, so I can shut up now. So this is Alberto, a.k.a. Destroyer 48. I'm signing off from Finish Reviews, Starship Troopers, and I love you guys. See you in the next one. Rock on, man. Rock on. Don't never get tired of Starship Troopers from watching it. And if you haven't watched it, I hope you enjoyed this review. So I'll see you guys later. God bless. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.